that one. I don't normally do YouTube video reviews for something like this. It's small and it's something that everybody can have and knows how to use. But I've been so impressed with it, that's why you're looking at it now. The last time I had one of these must have been about 25 years ago. And even then it would have been something that I bought my dad for Father's Day. They've come so far since then. I didn't ever think I'd be buying one for myself, but this is absolutely fantastic. I'll take you through the detail on it and I'll show it in operation. But rather than just a normal handheld screwdriver or a drill driver is what I tend to use. The convenience of this, especially just it sits in a drawer in the kitchen, it can be pulled out at any time, but it's really, really powerful and really useful. The benefit over a drill driver is when you're in a confined space, for example, a kitchen cupboard or something like that, the drill driver is big, bulky and cumbersome. This isn't. And to top that off, because it works by just pushing on it like that, you don't need to be able to turn it and bang your knuckles on the corner of the cabinet, etc. You can just push it in and it works. So it's a Ikuby one. Let's go through it in a bit more detail and we'll see it in operation. Right, first of all, let's just have a look what comes in the case with it. So if you open it up, obviously that's where the screwdriver itself fits. But let's just tear that out for a moment and have a look at the bits that you get with it. So you get some torque bits, you get your flathead bits, and you get some Phillips heads there. This is magnetized, so if you've got screws, you can pop those onto there and they don't go anywhere. Take those off. If the bits need magnetizing or demagnetizing, then you can just run them through that. But if we lift this out, underneath you've got an extension bit, which obviously just goes in the end of the screwdriver, and then that goes in there, which is really useful. I used this on a door handle the other day, for example, just to get past the actual handle itself. So let's just take that back out and pop it back. You get a space for a spare battery. Now this is my battery, you don't get one with it, but to have one charge, because with this it's a 2000 milliamp, and on one charge you'll get between 800 and 1000 screws. Now obviously it depends what it's going into. If it's very dense material, then you'll get fewer screws. If it's lighter material, you'll get more. And there's your charging cable. So let's pop that back on, close it back up, and we'll have a look at the screwdriver. Start off with the controls: reverse, forward and lock. If it's locked, it disables the button. If you're in forward or reverse and you press the button, first thing that happens is you get these LEDs that come on that light up the area, which is good. And also that's your manual control of it. So press forward, that's clockwise, so that screws it in. Return, press it counterclockwise, that unscrews it. You don't have to have it locked to be able to use it just as a normal screwdriver. You can have it in forward or reverse. So on the back here, in fact, before we do that, if I press the button, this shows the charge in the battery. On the back here, you've got your torque settings. So that's from 1 through to 6. And if you're unsure what torque settings are about, imagine you've got a tiny little screw going into wood. If you over tighten it, it's going to de-thread it. If it's a big screw going into wood, you're going to need to put a lot more effort into it. Well, this is the control for that. You have it set on 1 where it will stop when it reaches a certain torque or twist, so it won't over tighten it. Or you can have it set at 6 so that it will give it as much as possible. You'll see it when it's in use, how it kicks in. It just basically beeps and stops working, but you decide what to set that at. On the side, there's 2 clips there. If we press those in, we can just take this off, and obviously you can see that's where the battery is there, and it just comes out. So if you run out of charge, you've got the other one that you've put in the case to use. That just pops back on there. So all in all, very compact, very light, very easy to use, and it's simply a case of I've put the screw into the glass bracket there. We've got the screwdriver. I'm going to push that forward so that when you push on it, it actually starts it, you can see there. Or you can do it manually by pressing the button. The LEDs have come on, which makes it a bit easier. I'm going to pop the screwdriver bit into the head of the screw. I'm going to then put that into the roll plug and then just press the button and it just powers in. There you go, you can see it. Press the button and it screws in, don't want to go too far, and that's it, all done and dusted. I'm gripping at the back and I'm just pushing on. That's that. That's that one. That one. That's 3 down. 4 down. 5 down. Okay, so we've talked through it, you've seen it in action. In summary, what do I think of it? I think it's absolutely fantastic. A huge recommendation. As I said, using a drill driver is great, very quick, etc, etc. You've got your torque control on that on 9 times out of 10. However, this, with it being more compact, it's easy to use in enclosed spaces. It's also easier just to keep in the drawer for when you want to use it as well, rather than going down to the garage and getting the drill driver. So yeah, big recommendation. Never thought I'd get one again, but I've bought this one myself and it's fantastic. Father's Day, get your dad one of these.